So I've got some beautiful lavender that I harvested yesterday. So I am leaving this to dry, and then I want to make something with the stems. I'm not quite sure yet what. I was lucky enough that some family had a lot of it growing, so I was able to harvest quite a bit and still leave plenty for the bees, who absolutely love it. And then I've got all these little flower buds that I will collect up and maybe use to make a lavender bag or something like that. So I will just set these to dry at the moment. I've also been drying out some lemon balm, which it has dried to a crisp. We're currently having a heat wave here, and it's about 35 degrees, which is not something we're used to here. But this lemon balm has completely dried out within literally a few hours of me putting it out to dry, so that's brilliant. And then I can use it in my infuser with my lovely calendulas, which are also drying out really nicely. They're pretty much dry as well now. So I will be putting those into another jar, and then I'll have my calendula and lemon balm ready for my tea. And I've also got some rose petals. I'm trying not to go too mad this year because I kind of set my sights too high sometimes, and I will try and grow everything, and I think, oh, I'm gonna make this, this and this, and then I become overwhelmed because there's too much to do and I don't know which thing to do, and then end up doing none of it. So I've really limited myself this year to a select few things. So those are my three herbs of choice: my rose, my lemon balm and calendula. And then in the garden I've mainly focused on growing corn and calendula and herbs. Corn is a really good one, obviously, because it's so good homegrown. I never actually liked corn at all that much until I grew my own. It's completely different. It's on a whole new level. So I grow corn, and obviously the husks. I absolutely love the husks for weaving. So that's my main thing. I did chuck a few other seeds in. The corn is a good one because it grows so tall. You can grow things up the side of it. I'd like to try the Three Sisters, which is the when you grow the corn and then you grow the beans growing up the corn, and then you grow the squash around the bottom, and they're called the Three Sisters, and they're very good space saving choices, and they also between them provide a really good amount of nutrients. So if you've got very limited space and you're not sure what to grow, I would recommend corn, and then something that grows up the corn, and then something that can grow around the bottom. So I have chucked in a few peas to grow up there, and I've got a couple of squash plants around the bottom. I know I said I was just growing corn and calendula, but it's really hard sometimes not to get carried away. And I feel like if I only grow a few items, then I will look after them more thoroughly, and I will have a much more satisfaction from growing. I used to have a market garden, and it was very, very intense, hard work, and it was too much, really. It was too much to manage. But I just had so much vision. I wanted to grow everything. I wanted to do everything. I wanted to change the world. But I think sometimes it's more achievable to set smaller goals, and then you feel like you've actually, you feel more, you do get more satisfaction that way. And little activities like this, they're very mindful, relaxing. That's building up quite nicely now. It's so simple, and you save so much money. Lemon balm, for example, it grows, really easily, and it multiplies really easily. You don't have to do much. The only thing you really need to do is keep harvesting it, because otherwise it will go to flower very quickly. So I try and cut it back before it starts looking like it's going to flower, because obviously once it goes to flower, you won't be able to harvest as much. So this is brilliant, because this will keep me going, hopefully for the next year. So I'm just going to keep on breaking the leaves off into the jar. I can, of course, use some of this lavender and dry that for tea. So I'll see how that goes. I think a few little bits have got into this as well anyway, so it's not going to hurt. So yeah, I could use some of that. But my main sort of priority for it is for the weaving. But obviously I don't need the actual flowers for the weaving, but I do quite like to leave things like that on for decoration. I mean, they'll probably, I guess, start to fall off a bit as they dry anyway, so it might be worth keeping some back for tea. So that's the lemon balm. I know this isn't exactly weaving, preparing the lemon balm, but it is very mindful, so I feel it's worth sharing. Okay, so that's the lemon balm, and I've still got space for more in there, so I will harvest another bundle and leave it to dry, and I will continue with this on another day. I'll just put the lid on. Okay. So I've just been out to harvest a few more, and I am going to pop them to dry.